Many foreigners come here to Brazil and they observe that we have a lot of poor people in the streets, whatever. They observe we have a huge amount of poverty here in Brazil, and they question themselves why this happened if Brazil has so many natural resources, it's so rich, it should be very rich, okay? And in this video, I'm trying to pass my 35 years view of living here, being a native, and give you the 5 main reasons why this happened here, and you will understand this question very well. Okay, obviously this is a very complex thing. It will take hours to point every factor that contributes for that, but I will give you the 5 main reasons that, in my point of view, explain this fact. Okay, so the first one and the most important thing, I think there is this massive amount of poverty, is the unemployment rate here. Okay, here in Brazil, we have a lot of people that is simply unemployed. They don't have an official job, okay? They have to do a little service here, a little service that. They doesn't have a fixed job, okay? And why this happened? Because first of all, we have few jobs offer available. If we have few jobs, we have the wages go down, okay? So sometimes there are few jobs, other times people doesn't want to work in an official job because the wage is too low, so they go to make small service and like Uber, iFood, and things like this, or not official source of income, okay? So this is so bad for the economy because first of all, if you doesn't have a fixed salary every month, when you go to the bank and you want credit from the bank, it will be a little bit harder for the bank. The interest rates will be higher than they should, okay? Because you doesn't have a fixed job, okay? So this is very bad for the economy. Wages go down, interest rates go high, okay? And here in Brazil, other thing that contributes for that is, in Brazil you have this huge incentive to be a civil servant, okay? Work for the government. So this makes people that has this qualification to open business and generate jobs and make the economy grow, they simply think about, well, will I open a business or work for the government with all the benefits? It's much better work for the government, and there are plenty of jobs for the government. Okay, the government is always spending a lot and hiring and growing, and a big portion of the population is studying to work for the government, to be a civil servant. They are not generating jobs, okay? So this make the jobs offer goes even lower and lower, and wages go lower, and everybody prejudice for that. So number one, the unemployment rate is high here, okay? Number two, lack of education, and I understood this very well when I had 2 companies, okay? And I was offering jobs, okay, and I received a lot of applications for the jobs. When you see the level, the general educational level, you understand a lot of things, okay? Basic education in Brazil is not so bad, okay? We have good teachers in the public area, okay? But for some reason, this system doesn't work. The system we have here, the public system, does not form well-educated people, productive people, okay? Simply doesn't work, okay? So the educational level here is extremely low. What makes additionally with the unemployment rates, we have additionally a lot of people that simply not productive. Okay, if it's not productive, the capitalism here is very slow. We doesn't have a lot of industry and tools to make the society more productive. Okay, and I will enter in details in the next talks. Okay. Number 3 is the centralization of the laws and the power in the capital. Okay, that's a phenomenon that doesn't occur in United States. Let's give this example. Okay, one of the reasons the United States is rich, I think, is the decentralization of the power and the laws. Okay, so every state is competing with each other every time. And people that is not satisfied with one state go to the other, and there is this competition. Competition is good because one state is improving to compete with the other because he doesn't want to lose income. Here in Brazil, the laws are all the same. Okay, no matter what state you go, the laws are the same. So there is not this huge incentive for the states to improve, to charge less tax. Let's give this as example, okay? And to incentive the entrepreneurship, because it's quite in every place the same thing, okay? So this is very bad for everybody, okay? We should be, it was much better if we had a decentralized way of laws and power, okay? That's it. Very bad, okay? And this affects even more the poor, okay? Number 4 is the high inflation. High inflation here is a chronic problem. With high inflation, we have the basic products and services going high in the prices. And who demands for basic products and services? The poor, okay? And if the prices are going higher and higher and higher, the rich doesn't suffer a lot, okay? The middle class suffers because they consume a little bit, but who suffers more is the poor, okay? And the inflation here is a chronic problem for many decades, okay? Brazil has not really solved this problem, stabilized the economy, stabilized the currency, and who pays the bill is always the weaker part of the equation, that is the poor, okay? So every year the poor is going poorer because of the inflation, okay? Inflation is always high, so it's being bad for the poor, okay? And why this happens? The number 5 is Brazil. It has this cultural problem that, in my opinion, it will not have a solution for the next decades. That is this high populism demand. Brazil is, by the culture, we have a populist country. People are always demanding from the government, demanding the government to protect, to do the things, to take care of the weak. And we know that every time the government try to protect the others, he raise tax, he print money, he do things that doesn't contribute to the wealth. Okay, obviously we need a government. I'm not an anarcho-capitalist at all, but there are many things that government do that was not necessary, that makes the inflation be this chronic high levels forever, okay? So if a political here doesn't promise a lot of things, he doesn't go elect. It's simple like this. No matter if left, right, it not matter. He has to promise a lot of things. And every year the government is spending a lot and more, and being worse, and generate more inflation. Generate more depreciation of the currency. And who pays the bill? The poor. So the poor people here doesn't have a good life, an easy life here in Brazil, okay? There is a lot of poor people that are migrating for other better places like USA, Europe, a lot. And unfortunately, we have this because people that run away from Brazil are generally people that want to grow in the life, that are very wants really to work hard, and we lose these people. And this is very sad. And I don't think the poverty in Brazil will have a solution in the next decade. It can go a little bit better, but for these reasons, the cultural problem of the populism is very intense, is very high. I don't think we will get a solution for this problem anytime soon. Okay, that's my sincere opinion. What do you think about? Put in the comments. Tap the like button, subscribe to help me grow the channel, and see you.